Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi Imwa, and on this channel I share tips that would help you grow your cake business. In today's video I'll be talking about getting a loan for my cake business. Is this something I should do? Now I know that this is not a topic that is very popular amongst bakers. It's not something that you talk about on baking platforms, but I know from people that have reached out to me, a few persons or bakers that have reached out to me over time and over the years, that it is something that people would like to get answers to. It is something that people would like to get a second opinion about. It is something that people would like to get advice on or about before taking that decision. And it is, like I said, getting a loan for my cake business. Is this something I should do? Now, in raising capital for my business, is getting a bank loan something I should consider if I want to raise funds for my business or capital to start this business or run this business or keep this business going? I will be sharing from my personal standpoint. I'll be sharing my personal opinion, and I'll be also sharing a personal story to back this up. So if there's something you're interested in, then you definitely want to keep on watching, because I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So like I said, I will be sharing tips on what you need to know, or I'll be sharing my perspective, my opinion about getting a loan as a young or small baker to start your business. I know that capital is a major thing in starting your cake business. After my training, I started considering the idea of doing this as a business, spreading the word, telling people that I bake cakes. My husband was also helping me spread the word and to tell his friends, tell people that I knew about my baking business. And prior to this time, I had no money saved anywhere. Remember, I said in my previous stories, if you've watched how I started my cake business, you would have some videos down my page, so you might want to check it out. So I had no plans prior to this time, and I had no money saved. So when the first order came, it was based on the advice of my husband that I told the client, or I told the customer, this is the amount this cake is going to cost, and I will need some payments to start up. That was how I started. Aside the little things I already had, like the flour and the little sugar, other things that I had that I was using to practice. And so he paid some amount of money to me, which I used to I think buy a pan or something. I don't remember, but I know I used the money to do some things, and that was how I started. I had no capital or any money or funds saved anywhere. Nobody put money together for me to start this business. Now, along the line, as my business grew, there was this opportunity that came from one of the banks here in Nigeria. The bank, I won't mention the name. So they offer loan to food businesses. I think they also do so for fashion as well. If your cash flow, or if they say that you have a constant cash flow and you've reached a certain threshold for your turnover, your annual turnover, your monthly turnover, then that opportunity is open to you. It's not open to everybody. They will give you the opportunity, and you would get credited with that loan right there and then. I think you need to contact your account officer. I can't even remember how mine went, but I know that I saw that opportunity. I discussed with my husband, I weighed it, but one thing I did not do was to get in touch or weigh it or talk to my tax consultant, my financial consultant about it. And I went ahead and I took that loan. And now I want to advise you that if you want to take a loan, these are the things you should consider based on my own personal experience. Number one is that you should have a cash flow already. Have a cash flow. What do I mean by a cash flow? You have cash coming in. Your income and expenditure is working basically. So you have cash coming in, which you're turning over, which you're using to do other things, run the business, and then you're still getting income. Basically, there's something that is going, your cash is growing, coming in. Basically, I don't know how best to explain cash flow, but that is it. Your income is coming, there's an expenditure, but income keeps coming in, and that way your cash keeps going in and all that. So if they see that, the bank sees that, they are able to trust that you have the ability to pay back. Even you as a person, you as a business owner, you would understand, or you will know that you have that, your business is working financially, your business is active, and like there's a cash flow for you to be able to take care of whatever or service this loan that you're taking. Number two is that you should have the capacity. Now, capacity is in terms of your order volume. So your cakes are coming in, people are constantly placing orders, people are constantly wanting to buy cakes, your treats, your pastries, whatever it is that you sell, you have the capacity. Like, there is the volume. Based on that volume, you are able to raise income, generate income, and service the loan. Service the loan, you are able to pay back as at when due. The sort of loan I took was one that you would have to make a monthly payment, so you pay back monthly with some interest. Okay, so, but you need to have the capacity, you need to have a cash flow first, and then you need to have the financial capacity to be able to manage, handle, service that loan, however you may put it. So you should be able to pay back. All right, you're not taking a loan, you don't have any business plan, it's not feasible. Your business plans, your ideas, they're just in your head. You're building a castle in your head. Oh, I'm going to have a big bakery on this street XYZ. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have people coming in and going out, but it really doesn't look feasible. You've not plugged all the holes. You've not really weighed it. You've not run it by anybody. You just have it in your head and you think it would work. Sometimes it might not always be how it seems right here. It might come out and then turns out it will turn out to be something different. So you want to wait, ensure that you actually really have the capacity to pay back and to service these loans. Your customers are also important. The number of customers you have, the kind of customers you have is also important. Now to my story. When I took this loan, it's not a long process. They would just, you apply for it and your account will be credited, but you have to pay back. So you can discuss it to know, I can't even remember the amount of interest and everything, but you have to pay back monthly based on when you took. So like if your account was credited on the 30th, you need to pay back on the 30th of next month. It's spread over a period of time, say over 6 months, over 12 months. I don't know how it runs now, I don't know how it works now, but I think then it was spread over a period of 6 months. But at some point I was able to pay back this loan, and that began my cake business woes, troubles, struggles, and everything. I was basically struggling. Now, because I did not pay back when I was supposed to, it began accumulating. So it will accumulate, and if it accumulates, it's harder to pay. Well, I was able to manage this period. I was just able to go through it. It wasn't one of the toughest times in my cake business career, but I was able to wade through, going through the motions for the remaining 5 months or thereabouts, until I finally was able to pay off. Now, as a young business owner, you want to weigh these options. Are you going to be able to pay back? Do you have the size, the capacity to pay back? If you're not able to pay back, what happens? Do you want to borrow? You want to borrow from Peter to pay Paul? You're going to take a loan from the bank, and when it's time to pay back, your business cannot pay back, and then you're borrowing from another person to pay the bank. Is this something that is the wise financial decision for your business? You want to think about it carefully before you take a loan. But if you feel that your business ideas are valid, they are good, when you bring them to life, when you begin to act, you will not have any issues, you will not have any hiccups per se, you'll be able to pay back, you'll be able to service this loan, then you might want to consider the option. But for me, I would say, for me, I don't want to say a yes, I don't want to say a no, but honestly, in my heart of hearts, I would say, as a small cake business owner, there are ways to get funds from your business without you getting a bank loan, especially if you cannot pay back, especially if you don't understand how it works, especially if you don't understand what is involved. Ensure that you understand everything that is involved: interest rates, the time for you to pay. Do you have strategies in place to be able to finance this loan? How are you going to raise the money to pay back this loan? It's not when you pay back the loan then your account is reading red, your account is reading zero. Will you be able to pay back this loan? These are some of the things I think you should consider, and I would like to advise when you are thinking about raising capital for your business. It will be better for you to get soft loans from family members, from friends, if you have to. I know that some of us will say, oh, I want to get money for training, I want to raise funds to buy equipment, I want to buy tools. I keep hearing because saying, I want to get tools, I want to get tools, and I want to get tools, and I keep asking, what tools specifically? You're listening to someone who started a business without having the basic equipment needed for it. I did not have an oven at the time I started my business. I did not have a mixer. I did not have tools, tips, nozzles of my own. I did not have many things, but I just started the business. I'm not saying you should do the same. If you have the funds and those things are available to you, it's all well and good, but don't think that you need money to buy a big mixer before you start. Don't think that you need money to buy it, to decorate and to spread tools and equipment everywhere before you can start your cake business. That's not how it works. I'm always an advocate. My husband knows that I'm smiling because I know that he will watch this video. I'm always an advocate of starting with what you have. Start with the little you have, and form the habit of having your customers pay some deposit. Either they pay in full or they pay a reasonable deposit that would enable you process their order, that can enable you bake their cakes, that can enable you actually do and ensure that you collect your balance before you deliver your cake, to avoid stories that church, especially in this part of the world. Once you deliver the cake, some people might want to, use it as a means to hold your money for a long time or not even pay you in the end. Yeah, I've had people say these stories. I've also had a personal experience. I know that I've delivered a cake once, until today my delivery charge has gone into voicemail. Like we say here in Nigeria, it has gone into voicemail. It's close to 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and I've not seen that money again. So whatever you need to do, ensure that there's a down payment, and then there is some other, the balance is paid before you deliver your cake. So these are the ways that I think you can raise funds for your business. Looking at getting funds for your tools, I must say that you don't need to buy everything at once. You can spread it over a period of time. Buy one at a time. Buy little by little. Improvise where you know that you can improvise until you have the money to be able to get really, really what you need. I hope that these tips have been able to help you. It's a pretty short video, but these are my thoughts. This is my perspective. This is my personal opinion on getting a loan to start your cake business. You need to weigh your options very well. You need to weigh if it will work for you before taking this decision. Please do not get into a point where you get into a fix because you cannot pay back, and then the bank is calling you. They are calling you, maybe not from all those, not from banks, but maybe loan houses, all those credit houses. I don't know what they call them. I can't really remember what they call them now. If I remember, I'll put the name. But weigh your options very well and be sure that it's the wise decision you're making for yourself and your business. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you found this topic valuable, and let me know what you'd like me to treat as well in the future. Until I see you in the next video, please stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.